G'day, Mark from Tasmanian Off-Road Adventures. Over the last couple of months I've done a few short videos on mods that I've done to my Project Ranger. This video is just a very short video to let you know what worked and what didn't work, or actually more to the point, what didn't work on my first shakedown trip. Now, I was planning on doing a couple of short weekend trips and it didn't quite happen, didn't manage to fit them in. So the first rundown trip was actually a 6-day West Coast four-wheel drive tag-along tour, including Climbers Track, Balfour Track and a few others. Now, most of the stuff, well actually I should say first, the Ranger worked really well. I was really happy with it. There's a couple of things that I need to improve on. Most of them are my own fault of choosing the wrong accessories or just themes along that line. So first off, the UHF antenna, it's an Uniden AT880. Now, I hate to say this, but I cheaped out on the antenna. I bought a package. It was a Uniden, the handheld with the controls or on the handpiece, and I basically just bought the cheapest one I could find, the cheapest package, which came with AT880, which is probably a really good UHF antenna. But what I found on the West Coast was I just couldn't hear everyone. Like, so people that were a couple of k's down the track, I just couldn't hear them. So people were having to relay to me, so I was a bit disappointed in that. And I've now bought another UHF antenna that should outperform that one, hopefully. So I'm going to rectify that myself. Something else that didn't quite work as well as I would have wanted, and I need to clarify this, but I'll tell you what it is and then I'll give you my clarification. It is the Elephant Engineering rock sliders. I was on the, what track was I on? Balfour Track. Sort of dropped down into a bit of a hole. It was actually the other side, the passenger side. Rock slider sort of slammed down against the ground as I dropped into this hole. No big deal, I thought, except I got out and I had a look and it was actually bent. Now, I want to make it real clear that this is not the fault of Elephant Engineering. When I ordered these rock sliders, I was given the choice of 3.2mm, 4mm and 4.8mm thickness of the steel. Now, they recommended that I asked me how much forward driving I did. I said, yeah, a fair bit. And they recommended that I get the 4.8mm. Now, at that stage, I was a little bit worried about weight of the Ranger. So I decided to go with 3.2mm because I'm pretty sure that's what the Razlar Engineering rock sliders I had on the Hilux were. So I thought, well, if they're okay, these ones will be too. Now, I'm not 100% sure that the Razlar ones were 3.2, but I think they were. Now, the difference being in this one, it's a different vehicle to the Hilux, obviously. So the arm, I suppose, that goes back to the chassis mount is over here. So it's about 500mm from the front of the rock slider, and I think that's what's happened. I think this leverage, because it's hit under here, I think it's just gone up. I'm clearly a fair lump of a bloke, so I got another bloke on who was on tour is about my size as well, and we've jumped on the front up and down. We've got it to bend back, but at the end of the day, I've picked the wrong thickness, and I could really give myself an uppercut about that. It's stupid. I paid 800 odd bucks for these rock sliders, and now I'm probably going to have to spend that much more again, plus probably a bit more. Might try and see if I can flog these off. I don't know, I'm really disappointed in myself. As I said, I do want to point out it is by no means the fault of Elephant Engineering because they recommended the thickness and I didn't go with their recommendation. So, what else didn't work? Don't know why. I'm getting this checked out next week, but the diff lock didn't come on. It's got the factory electric diff lock in it, just didn't come on. I was on Climbers Track on a pretty hard bit of track and thought, oh, I'll flick that on to get up there. No go. It didn't come on. The light on the dash comes on, says it's on. It's not on. So it does disconnect at, I think, 40 kilometres an hour, but I'm crawling, you know, it just didn't come on. So that would have been handy. I'm sure it's an easy issue, but I've got getting the Auto Sparky to do a couple of things for the canopy next week, so I'm going to get him to have a look at the diff lock while I was there. So that didn't quite go to plan. The breather on the water tank, it's not really, well, it is a breather, but it's not a one-way valve. So when the tank was full and I was going on lots of rocky tracks and sort of, you know, cars going all over the place, I had water spewing out of the top of the little breather piece, which I actually extended about 6 inches to make it about 6 inches higher, but it was still, the water was still coming out. So I need to source a one-way valve, breather valve for the water tank. It's not the end of the world. I just had a bit of water in there. It's not, I'm okay with it, but just didn't quite go to plan. It's the bit that comes with it's just not really that great, to be honest with you. And I thought by putting it up another 6 inches, I knew it wasn't great. I thought putting up another 6 inches it might fix that, but it hasn't. One other thing is the rope rails. The rope rails on the canopy. Now, in a previous video when I was talking about the canopy, for some stupid reason I decided that I wanted to keep the rope rails on the tray, which makes no sense at all. Don't ask me what I was thinking when I decided that, because there's no reason for doing it. I don't know why. I just decided I wanted to keep the rope rails that I'm never going to tie anything onto. But anyway, so I kept them on, and it rubbed. The back, the tyres rubbed on it pretty bad. Found that out pretty halfway through the first day of the 6-day full-dive tag along, so I ended up taking them off. And now it kind of looks a bit silly because I've got these underbody boxes that are to suit the rope rail, and I don't have a rope rail, so it looks a bit silly. So not sure what I'm going to do there. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to replace the underbody boxes. I'll just learn to live with it, but another give myself an uppercut moment. Apart from all that, it actually worked really well. Hello Ella. Actually worked well. I was happy. The Ranger, it does what it's meant to do. There's lots more room in it. Obviously the canopy works a treat. Can fit so much more stuff in there. I had my mate Ray, our photographer, come along on tour, and he was in with me. Had all his gear in the back, all his camera gear, plus his camping gear. There's no way known I could have ever fitted that much in the Hilux with just the tub and canopy. But anyway, I'm not here to talk about what worked. I'm here to talk about what didn't work, and I'm pretty sure I've covered it all. So just wanted a bit of an update and let you know what didn't work on Project Ranger, and I'm going to fix all of those issues. Might make another video, maybe not, see how I go. Anyway, thanks for watching. That's the end of this video. Click subscribe, all that sort of stuff. See you next video.